Hello and welcome back to Valheim. I was about to say They Are Billions, but that's a completely different game. But anyway, welcome back to Valheim. And we are going to do something about this wallless area here. So that's the big project, really, is to see if we can put the wall around this place. All the way around from one side to the next. Of course, making sure we can get in and out easily and efficiently, but nothing else can get in easily and efficiently. Mostly it is just so this farm area doesn't get destroyed again. Or at least the crops. The area itself is fine, just the crops wasn't left alone. So we are going to take a look at food and then mostly making sure that our future food is protected. So to begin, let's take a look at the different options. The black soup looks rather interesting. It has a healing tick of 3 HP per tick, a duration of 20 minutes. Yeah, and I think because it's there is honey in it, it actually heals a bit more per tick. Minced meat sauce is... Oh, that's rather good as well. Now, just doing like cooked meat is not necessarily a good thing. So, unless whatever I do in the cauldron needs the meat to be cooked, for example the day stew, it actually needs to be cooked first. So the deer meat actually has to be cooked deer meat. It can't be raw. So that's a thing. And then we have sausages. Sausages I really want to make because it's a lot of HP, a decent amount of stamina, really good duration, and has a healing tick of 3 HP per tick. The turnip stew would be really good if I needed a lot of stamina. I don't think I need a lot of stamina though. And it takes 3 turnips each. So... oh, yeah, I think I might say no to that because I don't have a lot of turnips. And the turnips I do have, I might need them for something else. The black soup, I probably could do if I make sure to farm turnips. But to do that, I sort of need to wall everything off. Now turnips do like carrot soup and stuff like gives you stamina, is excellent for like exploration where you run and jump a lot, or do a lot of wood cutting or those kind of things. Whereas health is something you want to try to stack as much of as possible, because you need a lot of health to be able to block enemies. There was a change in how block works, and it is connected to when you actually do a successful block. There we go. how much HP you have, max HP you have, actually ties into your blocking. So that's a thing. But what I need to do is to see what I can do about farming. And there is a bit of a trick you can do, which is to basically elevate the ground where you're going to farm, so enemies really can't get up to it. But I think I rather put the wall all the way around a bit, because I feel like that's going to be a good thing long term to do. Oh, great, it's starting to rain. Toss that away, stack that up. But yeah, so let's get to the whole building the wall. I think what I want to do first, though, is actually making sure I put that away so we don't waste any of it. Put it in here instead. Now you can actually eat carrots as they are, but I would advise against it unless you really need it, because using them in something is just way better. So I think what I want to try to make is black soup. I want to try to make sausages, which is really good. Black soup, sausages, that is 105 HP. So that's 130 HP. I might actually want to take something that gives me stamina. I might want to make a muck shake. Actually. Sounds a bit ridiculous, but I might want to make a muck shake. My reasoning for that is I'm going to have to move around a bit, or quite a lot, during the fight, and that sprinting consumes stamina. Attacking consumes stamina. Blocking consumes stamina. So everything is going to use up some of your stamina. So if I can get some of that from a food, that's what I want to try to go for. Now, let's see, where do we... I think this here is the tallest part. And the ones you want to make is the stake wall. But you can't really stack them on top of each other. You sort of can by doing something like this, but it looks kind of weird. So, but what you can do if you want to make a higher wall is either you use stone, or you can just use wood like this. You could do something like this. Now, the wall underneath is a bit of a weak point. So probably wouldn't want to do that, but you could do it. But what I want to do is just put a wall all the way around as much as I can. And this is sort of where you need to do something like this, just to keep everything up. Now what I would do here is do something like this, then place this like that if possible. Go and do this. And sort of stagger it like that. Then you can go in and put down walls just underneath. Or double thicket like this. Like that. You could do. But yeah. It will be a bit tricksy to get it exactly how you want it, and you might need to raise the ground a bit. Now I'm going to go to bed. 1, it's dark, and 2, it's nighttime, so it will probably spawn a bunch of nasties. If I don't... Okay, needs to be a fire nearby. And I'm wet. Can't go to bed if you're wet. And as I wet my throat, we head on out again. So yeah, we are going to do something like this all the way around. And I think what I'm going to do, since I've shown you sort of how I'm going to go about this, I will get back to when it's time to put down some other stuff. Because, yeah, just this wall is not going to cut it. We are going to need a lot of other stuff as well. So, well, I will be back once we have something to show. And we're back with, if we go into Spectator and take just a quick look at what we have accomplished, we now have a wall all the way around. And this is sort of what you want. You can't wall off where there's water, so you're going to have to do something like this, where I've done here. Where you sort of make it very hard to get to land without going all the way around in water and up. Which you will always have some things being able to get around, but most things won't actually be able to get in other than going around at this point. Now, just the way it is just a matter of fact of finding a hole somewhere and going through that hole. So what we're going to have to do is to first and foremost maybe patch up this hole, which I have left like this intentionally, where we are going to make a gate. And I see I have made the gate slightly too big. So this gate is just here so we can go through with the cart. So that's it. That's now blocked. Now the question here is, yeah, but we still have the hole out here because enemies can swim. And that means the ocean is a big hole in the wall. Apart from a small hole over there, which I also left intentionally. But yeah, what do we need to do? After I have apparently no wood and no workbench in the area, which we are going to have to fix before we can do anything. I have been cutting a lot of wood. A lot of my time has been spent cutting wood. Because I haven't had enough wood. So let's cut. I think one more tree should be enough. And we should be able to move on. And apparently it decided to be foggy. Lovely. So let's go and pick up the deer we hunted, and there we go. Let's eat a mushroom just to get a bit like a bit more stamina and slightly more HP. Mostly it's for the sake of the stamina at this point. Get rid of the stump here. The reason why I don't cut the stumps is because they actually require quite a lot of swings, and they don't give you a lot of wood for how much basically durability you spend on your axe. That there, put you there, and I think that's a bit too much. Here we go. Can I go through? Yes, I can. You have to be sure when you place a door like this, you might not actually be able to go through without leveling the ground a bit. So make sure you test the door. And what we want to do, and I think I'm going to demonstrate this from over here. Of course, forgot that I actually need a workbench. Let's take you with us. And what I want, and I don't think I have the resources. No, I do. I do. So, we have a workbench here because we need one. And then... No, I need core wood. Right, I actually did remember the fact that I needed more than just normal wood. For those... I don't have a lot of normal wood, so I might have to go and do a bit of a wood cutting spree off camera. Actually, just a tiny bit more, just so we can... So what we want to do is these sharp stakes. Now, just as a reminder and note, an important one is they can do damage to you. Not only enemy entities or like other players. No. If you walk into them, you take damage yourself. So, to demonstrate, let's put you down there and boom. We took not a lot of damage because we actually have quite a lot of armor, so we don't take a lot of damage from this, but it took a decent chunk of damage. And that's going to be the case that you're going to have to replace or repair these where you have put them. Now, you could put them in slightly more like strategic places, or you could just put them everywhere. And it needs to be, as I see now, needs to be on ground. So you can't put it on like a stone piece or... No, it needs to be on ground. So if you want to sort of create a bottleneck like I want to do here, I want to put this like here. So any enemies trying to walk through here along the wall and out and around get stuck on this and dies. So I want one like that, and then I want one like that if I had the resources for it. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut a lot of wood after this. A lot of wood. Because I want to put these every single bit I can all the way around the wall. That way, regardless of where they're trying to go, they will walk into spikes. Just period. What? Oh my god, I'm one off. One. Okay, let's take you there. There we go. That should be enough. Can I please place this now so we can sort of get this out of the way? Like... there. Okay, that's good enough. That's how I will have it. Because mostly what's going to happen is they're going to try to walk along the wall and into the spikes and try to go the shortest way, which means they're probably not going to go over this and into the water, but rather across these. Now, we can do something about that by removing a large chunk of this, but that's going to take a long time, so if I do that, it will have to happen off camera. So, but what I'm going to do is basically move everything like all the wood I have and all the core wood I have is going to go into making basically those stakes all the way around, all the way on the outside of the walls, all the way around. And once you come to here, there's going to be, I will probably remove this stone because it's a bit in the way, but I will smoothen that out a bit, and then I will sort of make a bit that goes out to protect the doors, and then it will just continue. So there will be sort of a hole here, but the one sticking out a bit should be able to protect the doors as much as possible. So that's how I'm going to do that. And then before we end, and I feel like I'm not getting much of the preparations done, but it's no, don't stand in the fire, don't breathe the smoke, because that's not going to work out well for you. Now, one thing that I want to do is actually take the turnips, once I'm going to repair all my stuff. I need to put some lights in here, but I might do something like that off camera once again. What? Right, I put it away in here somewhere. Not there. There it is. Yep. As you could see, I actually got seed carrot and seed turnip, and that's what we need to use to make more seeds. For the time being, I think we will just sleep. We can get some light, shed some light on the situation. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing right now on that small bit we have outside. And seed turnip. We have 3 turnips. This is all the turnips we have. Now, one thing that's good about this, and that is the fact that if you put down if you use the turnip, which you have farmed and planted, farmed and harvested and all of that, so you have the turnip. If you use the seed turnip in the cultivator, what's going to happen is once those have grown, you will be getting more seeds. I think 1 seed turnip gives you 3 seeds. So you will have more. What I'm going to be doing is see if I can protect that as much as possible. Getting rid of you, for example. Might want to remove that. batch of water. I think I'm going to do that. And right. Okay, we'll have to the benefit is I don't need to stand. It doesn't need to be, the water doesn't need to be within the circle. I need to be within the circle. Which is quite good at times. There we go. Now what I'm going to do as well is, if we go in here, is to put workbenches all the way along these walls I've done, so that we can just run around with repair and blah, 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 blah. And we will have workbench coverage all the way, so we don't have to worry about that, because that is somewhat annoying if you need to worry about those things. Yes. Wow. Okay. So what I want to do, actually, if I want to make that, we need to move it down there. Now, stone is something you need to be careful with using, because yeah, if it's not supported by foundation or ground, it will just crumble. So it needs to be supported properly, and you will be using a lot of stone is going to be used when you do this. I'm not sure all the stone I have will be enough to make this harbor. But I'm going to just give you a taste of how it's going to look, how it's going to be made. Basically. Now, that's an issue. I'm going to have to raise the ocean floor a lot to be able to make this happen. Which is rather annoying. Here we go, and let's see if we can move this boat just ever so slightly to not be as much in the way as it is. But yeah, it's going to be something like this. And see if we can remove as much of this as possible before we continue. Would be rather lovely. And yeah, one good thing about the stone is that it will not degrade, it will not take weather damage and all that, so it will just continue being there. And this is sort of how it's going to look. Now what I need to do is bring it all the way down and sort of lay a floor of it as well. And for that to work, I need to raise sort of the ocean floor. So we're going to have to do a lot of terraforming here. But yeah, this is how it's going to look, more or less. And it's going to be some arms out on both sides, so we can dock a bit better and easier. And yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to be able to make stairs to get out if I fall in. And one good thing about this is if you have a floor, when swimming, and you drop something that sinks, like metal, it drops to the bottom because it sinks. And if you're not careful of where you drop stuff, you can actually lose it. You can never get to it. Which means it will be lost forever, and it will be there annoying you, reminding you that, yeah, you dropped that here and you can never get it. No matter how hard you try. But if you have your own made floor, you can make it so that the water isn't so deep that you can't pick up if you drop something. So that's the benefit of doing your own custom dockyard, basically. So, right. What I should do is... I can't make a black soup because of the turnip. But I should make all the other ones, just to say that I have achieved some sort of the preparations that I need to do. Some of them has been done, but yeah. So sausages has been served, and when you make them, you make 4 of them. So you only need 1 boar meat, 1 thistle, and then 4 entrails per craft, and you will get 4 sausages, which, yeah, stacks up to 20. So it's really efficient. This is really good food, which will be with you for quite some time. And it's meat based, so it's considered meat, which brings to the table a lot of HP. and it has a really long duration. It's 25 minutes. So that's good. Right. What did we want as well? Right. Yeah, the black soup is actually really good, but the minced meat sauce is not bad. It's not far off. And it actually has a better duration. It has a 25 instead of 20. But the muck shake has 20, which I might actually want for the duration. Let's make one. Where did I put my ooze? There they are. Bit of a weird one with what we need to put into this shake. Muck shake. A lot of stamina, actually decent amount of health. So I think muck shake is something I'm going to use. And yeah, I think we will make all of them. Now it only stacks up to 10 and it's just one per craft, so it's not super cheap on the ooze and raspberries and blueberries, but with that amount of stamina, I don't think I'm going to complain, to be honest. Let's put those away like that. And I think it's just black soup, and for that I need turnips. I have the blood bags, I have the honey, so it's just getting the turnips. And yeah, the spice rack needs to be put up like this. And to make one, this is important. Do note that if you want to make one, you need to have 3 dandelions, 2 carrots, 5 mushrooms, 3 thistle, and 3 turnips. And it needs to hang on something like this, close enough to the cauldron to actually connect to it. You can't put it way over here and have it connect to a cauldron way over here. So it needs to be close enough. There we go, and then the ooze. So yeah, I have 23 blood bags, and blood bags come from leeches, which is fairly easy to get. So the black soup shouldn't be hard to get as long as I can get the turnips. And when it comes to honey, I have like 113 of them, and more is something I can go and pick up if I want to. Yeah. Yeah. We have, what is it? I think it's 28 each time I harvest, so yeah. But what I'm going to be doing in terms of food is sausages, which I now have, the muck shake, which I have, and the black soup, which I don't have, but once I have turnips, I can make them. My reasoning for taking muck shake instead of, say, minced meat sauce is because I'm probably going to be running around a lot, and I'm going to need the extra stamina. Just from the black soup and the sausage, I have over 100 health. And with the muck shake, I'm going to have something like close to 130 health, which should be fine. It should be enough if I'm careful and using the poison resistance, and possibly even make some minor healing, which I actually if I click all the buttons correctly and not just one of them over and over and over again and not getting anywhere. Do I have enough blueberries? That might be my bottleneck, actually. I have just about as many blueberries as I need. Minor healing. Yes, thank you. So let's get that going, and then I will end the episode because it's a rather long one. Didn't mean to have it just keep on going, but there we go. Have fun with that. And yeah, so with minor healing, with the poison resistance and the food I mentioned, and the 4-4 armor I have, and the weapons and such I have, I should be fine. I shouldn't have any major issues unless I screw up, which could happen. Let's not think that it is impossible, because it's entirely possible that I mess up and make a mistake. But I think we will leave here and see what we can do with the time we have. I will try to fight the boss next time. If it's not the next episode, it's the episode after that. So I'm going to do a lot of the grindy stuff off camera, with actually getting all the food and all of that. But you have seen everything. I will make sure that I show everything before we actually fight the boss, and what you need to summon the boss. If I remember correctly, I do already have all of the stuff that I need for it, but might be a good thing to go over and go through that I have actually prepared everything. So I think that what we need to do is just to ask, I think, all of you to just like and subscribe if you want to. It would be super awesome and nice if you did. And as I said, we will see what we can do with the preparations off camera so that we can fight the boss as soon as possible. But these preparations, they do take time, and it's part of the game, and it is a bit grindy at times, but it's actually not, as I would dare say, a bad thing for this game. That is because it's done fairly well. But anyway, I will try to fight the boss as soon as possible, and with that, see if I actually succeed. As my brain completely freezes up, we will end it here. I apologize about the very long episode. Oh, whoa. Yeah, very long episode. I apologize. And thanks for watching. Goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.